All right, guys, here's the next installment on the 20G hydraulic pump failure issue. So we're going to start by trying to find the broken shaft in the 20G transmission. And then we're going to transition back to the parts tractor to the 8163B transmission. And we're going to get that stub shaft out of there that I dropped into it. So hope you enjoy. All right, so we're going to take this drain plug out of the transmission here. And I'm hoping I can find a piece of metal in there somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if the drain plug is exactly flush with the thing or if it's, you know, a little lip in there that the metal would catch in. Tractor's not level right now, so I'm going to have to jack up the left side here to make it slanted towards this direction. But that's some nasty fluid in there, I'll tell you that much. Alright, so I jammed this little magnetic tool in here, and I've got lots of shrapnel stuck to it. No big chunks, but shrapnel. So let me try that a couple more times and see if we get any chunks. Well, I have a whole towel full of metal shavings here, and the key for the gear, the key did come out. I jacked up this side of the tractor so it's tilted. I'm going to drain it some more. Then I'm going to spray some brake parts cleaner in through the drain hole and try to flush out whatever might be in there still. But look at this nasty stuff. This is red because I had ATF in this pan before I started playing with it, but it's all like coffee, you know? It's really nasty stuff. So change your oil in your transmission, guys. All right, so I spray some brake parts cleaner right into the transmission. And you can see it coming out the bottom, flushing it out. So that's good. Yeah, I just don't know. I got to take the stub shaft out of another tractor and compare it to the one that came out of here. I don't know if it just got ground up in there and that's what all those shreds are, or if it's sitting in the bottom of the tranny somewhere. And I may never know without taking this thing apart, to be honest with you. And if it's sitting at the bottom of the tranny and just a little slug, I may just leave it down there and say the hell with it. That if it's been in there all this time and nothing's broke, then we'll just let it be, I guess, you know? That might be the right attitude because I'm not taking this transmission apart, that's for sure. Here's an example of what I'm pulling out of there, just shards of metal. I've done this about 20 times and every time I get the same stuff out of there, so, you know, I'll keep doing it. Sometimes you got to venture into new territories here and got to have some balls and take some risks. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the transmission apart on the 8163B rust bucket parts tractor. We're going to see if we can get that shaft out that fell into it. And we're also going to see how hard it is to take that gear off that got destroyed on the 20G, the one that meshes with the PTO pump gear. So stay tuned. I got the brake drum off, I got the wheel off, I got to get this hub off next. That's really the biggest barrier to entry here, but I'm fishing around in this thing like crazy and I can't find that shaft anywhere, so I'm just going to do it. So we could use this piece here on the 816S also. If we take off the axle block for the tiller, we need this piece on there, so it's worth doing it. I cannot get this hub off of this thing. I've been screwing around with it for an hour. Finally ended up breaking it. I mean, look how rusted that thing is. So I'm going to take a cutoff wheel and try to cut it straight across there. And I got this good old Harbor Freight legendary performance Hercules. So let me see if that will do the trick. I got it mostly cut through now. And I'm going to try to put this chisel in here, pound it and just crack it in half. It's ever so close to hitting the axle. It ended up curving out to the left when I was cutting, which I didn't want to happen, but I may have to make another cut and kind of make like a chunk out of there, but let's try this first. success. Well, that did the trick, sacrificing the hub. But this sucker, man, I mean, I don't know. I probably could have heated it up with oxyacetylene, but I don't need the hub for anything, so I don't really care. See if I can get that key out of there. And see if we can pop this case off the edge of the transmission. So I got the all the bolts out that hold the transmission case together. I polished all these little shafts that come out of it. And we're ready to try to send it this way and see if we can get it loosened up, you know. That's about the next step here. So wish me luck. I got it started here. I've been just taking this screwdriver, driving it between the two halves here, and it's prying it apart. Had to take off the axle retainer cover here too. It was actually really hard to get it over this weathered piece here. It's kind of like inside the hub, but it's really hard to get it over that. I think I want to jack up the front of the tractor more, get this at more of an angle like this. It's kind of flat right now. I don't like that. So let me do that before I go any farther. Well, the case is splitting pretty good here. And I heard some pieces fall. I'm not really sure what it's from, but I suspect this shaft here has something to do with it. Let me give it a little tap. There we go. Give that sucker a tap so it goes back in. And let me pry it a little more. There we go. Sweet. So, I got the end of the case off, and the question is, where the heck is that stupid shaft in here? Let's see if we can find it. Well, pull this one gear off here. Ugh. The only place that could possibly be is behind the differential down there. I don't know. It's definitely not anywhere on the top. That's about the only place it could be. And I don't even know how to get in there without taking the whole differential out, which I don't want to do that. What the heck, man? Where could it be? Huh. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Something makes no sense here. No sense whatsoever. So I found it. Here it is. All that work just to find that stupid shaft, huh? But this is exactly what we need for the 20G, man. Exactly what we need. So, how the heck this thing goes back together, I'm not sure. I have two pieces that fell out that I don't know where they came from. This spacer and this spacer. I believe they have something to do with this shaft. And this little spacer part also, which again, I don't know where that goes. But Gonna have to do a little research, I guess.
Well, the good news is that I'm not putting the parts transmission back together, so I guess it doesn't really matter where those parts go because it's not going back together. It's just parts.
I was right. The shaft in the 20G sheared off. See how much shorter it is? And here's the key for the gear. And here's the retaining ring that goes on the back side of the gear. So I really feel like the best way to fix the 20G would be to take the cover off the 20G and try to swap that bad gear, clean out the bottom of the transmission, and put this case in.